knowledge is coming out, is giving us the scale, is teaching us what is satya and how to find out whether something is truth or not. One more thing, even Patanjali, the greatest scientist of the inner world, says apta pramana, the words of an enlightened beings can be accepted as a truth. So that can be considered as a scale. If an enlightened being says, you can take it for granted, it is truth. But Mahavir says no. He doesn't even want to say that anything told by an enlightened being is truth. No. Because who knows whether somebody is enlightened or not? God doesn't give certificate. What to do? We don't have a certificate. So Mahavir goes a step further. He is not accepting apta pramana. He is not accepting Vedas are the ultimate truth. No. Apta pramana is not accepted in Buddhism and in Jainism. Both religions, apta pramana is not accepted. Apta pramana means the words of the enlightened ones. No. They say everything should be scrutinized. There is no such thing as apta pramana. There is no such thing as words of the enlightened beings. No. Everything has to be scanned. Everything has to be analyzed. He is giving beautiful teachings to find out what is truth and which is true knowledge. One more thing, please understand, this true knowledge, this is like a touchstone. If you use the sutras and analyze all your decisions which runs your life, all your ideas which is base for your life, you will achieve satya. Lord so says, if you are established in truth, you don't have to do any spiritual practice. If you understand this one sutra and redefine all your decisions, ideas, concepts about your life, you don't need to practice any spiritual discipline. You are enlightened this moment. All you need to do is redefine all your ideas. See, there are only few pillars on which your life is standing. Your life is established. Your desires, your idea about yourself, means positioning yourself. How you position yourself in the inner world. Understand, I am not talking about how you position yourself in the outer world. That all of you know it's not worthy. Not only that, it's a pure lies. All of you know whatever you may talk about yourself to others, but you don't believe that. You may make others to believe. You really don't believe. Just look inside. You can laugh at yourself. I always tell people, really, when you sit alone and start thinking what all you project as you, actually if you really believe what all you project as you, by now you would have become enlightened. Because Ramakrishna says, Man Muk Ek Karo, means the mind and the words, if you make it as one, you are enlightened. Actually, whatever you speak about you, start believing that in a strong way is also a spiritual practice. Whatever you are talking about you, I am this, I am that, you don't know me, all those things you start believing. But the difficulty is you won't believe, that's the problem. When you try to believe also, your mind will tell, you can talk all these things to others, not to me. If at all you can, people come to me. Many times I have seen, they come to me and they just wanted to throw their weight to impress me. And they come and tell me, you know, I am this, I am doing that, I do so many philanthropical activities, I do this, I do that, I have so much wealth and I give so much and all those things. At the end of the conversation, I asked them only one thing. Sir, do you really believe now whatever you said? They say, what? Yes, we do believe, that's why we are talking to you. I tell them, do this only one thing as a spiritual practice. Go back. Now whatever you told me, write it down. Again and again, help yourself to believe that. That's enough. Either you should tune your mind to your walk, or you should tune your walk to your mind. Either you should tune your words to your mind, or tune your mind to your words. Same way, Ramana Maharshi. When people ask him, what is the Brahmajnana, what is the Atmajnana? He said, I am fortunate I did not learn those words before my enlightenment. Because learning some words may postpone your enlightenment. Sometimes, learning too many words will postpone your enlightenment. I always tell people, never read any book which is written by an unenlightened person. Don't read anything which is written by an unenlightened person. No. Because you may create words which will stop your enlightenment. You may create a negative software which is not supporting the enlightenment process. Enlightened person's words will create a positive software in you which is constantly inspiring you towards enlightenment. See, in the end, all enlightened masters will be pushing you towards sadhana, towards enlightenment. One of the Ramakrishna's disciples, his name is Brahmananda. He says, if you read Ramakrishna's words, there is a beautiful book called Katamrita, Sri Ramakrishna Katamrita, we call in English Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. He says, if you read that book every day for 1 year, I assure you will have the darshan of the ultimate. You will experience enlightenment. You will be shocked. How can a person assure? How can a person say that enlightenment in 1 year, guaranteed? I tell you, when you read these master's words again and again, when you listen these great master's words again and again, you create a new software, you create a new mental setup, which reminds you the ultimate truth again and again, which inspires you towards that higher ideal again and again. Every day, you are again put on the track. You are again inspired to run. You are again given the enthusiasm to take up the journey. It's like a everyday inspiration, and it creates a new mental setup. It is true, when you read or listen to the master's words for 1 year, 1 year is too much time. 1 year is enough to create a mental setup which will radiate enlightenment. It's like there is a light. In every one of you, that light is there. In front of the light, if there is a wall, that light can't shine. If there is a glass, that light can penetrate and it can shine. Putting glass instead of wall is reading enlightened beings' words. As of now, you have a big wall. In front of your light, the Swayam Prakasa Jyoti, the self-effulging light, which is inside your being, you have put big wall. That wall is your mind. If you just put a glass instead of that wall, the glass means the mental setup which can allow that light to express itself. The mental setup which does not block or stop that light expressing itself. You will see that enlightenment is radiating through your senses. It is radiating through your being. See, I can't even say enlightenment needs to be achieved. No. Your senses are supposed to be purified so that that light can penetrate and express through it. That's all. All of you are having it. No doubt about it. All you need to do is purify your body and mind so that you can allow that to express through it. So that it can radiate. Nothing else needs to be done. The purifying mechanism or the alchemy process, you can't even call as mechanism, alchemy process is what I call flooding yourself with this truth, satya. Vivekananda says, flood your whole being with the truth. Whatever can be washed away, let it be washed away. The earlier they are washed away, better for you and the people who are around you. See one thing, if you have a clear idea about what you believe as you and what you talk about you, what you express as you and what you believe as you, you will attract that same kind of people around you and you will live completely ease. You see, one thing, there is no such thing as morality. If you have the wrong ideas about morality, only then you need to hide what you are and you need to project what you want, what people want you. You need to project yourself as society expects you to be if you have the wrong ideas about morality. The only one thing you need to understand is just be what you are. This is the ultimate morality. If you lose some friends because of that, perfectly alright, nothing wrong. It is better to lose your friends than yourself. If you present yourself as your friends want you to be, you will lose you. You are more valuable than your friends. Understand? One more important thing. By and by, you will get confused. Who are you? No, really. See, whatever you speak continuously, you start believing that as a truth. That's a big difficulty. Really, take this as a simple spiritual practice and try to do. Just 10 days, again and again tell everybody that you are a honest person, you are a person with the truth, you are a person with the truth. Just continuously, even if they are not ready to listen, you talk. Just say, after 10 days you will start really believing it. And another one difficulty is, whatever you start telling, you start believing, and what belief you had about you already, if that is same, then you fall in tune. This becomes a spiritual practice. But what you are believing is different, and what you are saying now, if it is different, then there is a conflict between you and you. Whether to create conflict between you and you or create easiness between you and you is in your hands. Constantly, if you say something, you start believing, and the difficulty is, if your unconscious is already believing something else, you have difficulty between, war starts between your conscious and unconscious. One more thing, person who is established in truth will not have dreams. All dreams is a fight between your conscious and unconscious mind. Whenever the frequency of your consciousness rises, you will come out of your dreams. Conscious mind is waiting to overcome the dream state, and the dream state is waiting to overcome the conscious state. Your life is nothing but the struggle between these two. The moment your conscious mind rests, dream state takes over. And the moment your dream state is exhausted with the material, your conscious mind takes over. Understand? It's like if the dream state is exhausted, if it doesn't have any more material, no fuel, then conscious state takes over. If the conscious state has no fuel, dream state takes over. If both of them has no fuel, then deep sleep state, the sushupti, comes up. Your whole life is a fight between these three. Whoever is strong, whoever has got more samskaras, they rule you. That's all. If you are suffering without deep sleep, without sleep, means you are conscious and unconscious, means that your Jakrat and Swapna has got too much of samskara. They are not ready to relax. They are not ready to give space for your sushupti. They say enough. No, we don't need sushupti. We have enough fuel. We have enough of desires. We have enough of anxiety. We have enough of fear to create again and again more and more scenes in front of us. One more thing you need to understand. What you see during the waking state, this auditorium, me sitting in front of you, your friends, the chair on which you are sitting, everything is created out of the same stuff in which dreams are created. Understand? Let me repeat once more. Whatever you are seeing now, this auditorium, the person who is sitting in front of you, and the person who is sitting next to you, and the chair on which you are sitting, everything is created out of the same stuff out of which your dreams are created. Now you have difficulties. Now you have a lot of difficulties. Array, for this only I am working from morning till night. No, maybe this auditorium is created out of the same stuff, but not my house and my car. No. Whatever you are seeing, whether in dream or in waking state, is created out of same stuff. Understand? I am just thinking what words to use to tell you the authenticity of this truth. Because this one understanding will put you on satya, will just put you on satya, the truth. One more thing, this one understanding will liberate you from all your anxiety and you will become the best manager. If you know you are creating your wealth, if you know you are projecting and seeing things around you, you can create miracles. You can make miracles happen around you. It's like any slide which is kept in front of a projector light becomes reality in the screen. It appears as a reality in the screen. So if you want to change the scenes in the screen, going and scratching the screen will not work. Or trying to fight with the lights will not work. Just do a small correction on the slide. It is done. Your life is just like that. Projector light is your consciousness, and the slide is your samskaras, and the screen is the life which you are living. Now you are fighting with the screen or the light beams. You are trying to push the light beam. No, move. But you don't understand, you can't even grasp it. Fighting with the screen is not going to work. A small story. One guy fully drunk came back to house late night and fell on the way, but he doesn't want to create any sound. So he came very politely, silently, entered the house, covered himself with the blanket, but suddenly he realized blood is there all over his face, ran to the bathroom, tried to put bandage, tried to dress himself, put some medicine and bandage and everything. So came back, somehow managed to sleep. Next day morning, wife started shouting at him, "Fool, did you drink and come last night?" He said, "Drinking? Why?" He started acting, he doesn't know anything, he's innocent. No. How do you know? I drank and came. No, I came a little late because there was too much work in the office. She said, "No, I can be sure you are drunk. You were drunk." He asked, How do you know? How can you be sure? Because you put the bandage on the mirror, not on your face. Seeing the mirror, he put all the bandage on the mirror. Understand, you working with the outer world is nothing but putting the bandage on the mirror. That is not going to heal you. That is no way going to help you. No. You may have an idea that you have put some bandage, you have put some medicine. You may try to sleep with the idea that you will be okay by tomorrow morning. No. Working with the beam, light beams, is not going to help. Fighting with the screen is not going to help. Just do little small correction on the slide. And I tell you, doing small correction on the slide needs intelligence. That is where the problem starts. You do not have that much of sensitivity look into your life that you are creating it. You are projecting it. You are expressing it. Because you never connected and verified all the outer world incidents and your inner world thoughts. You neither gave that much time to yourself, connecting and seeing how your thoughts are creating your world is what I call meditation. I always tell people, if you can go and talk to that God or Goddess Murti, if you can go and sit in front of Mahavir and completely open up, understand? When I say open up, really feeling and saying, telling him, this is what I am, I promise you will be healed. Ramakrishna says, there was a devotee, he used to go to Ramakrishna and he used to live different kind of a life, wine and women and whatnot. And once Ramakrishna tells him, go to Ganga and tell her all your life, whatever you did, and just have a honest relationship with Ganga Mother, the Mother Ganga, River Ganga. You will become enlightened. Everything will be washed away. You will become a Mahatma. What is this? Me going and just talking to a river? How he thinks that I will become enlightened, I will become Mahatma, all my sins will be washed away. But Ramakrishna says, go and do. I went and told everything to Ganga. Suddenly I felt, now I am not able to see her anymore if I am not able to correct myself. So whenever I cross Ganga, I started feeling that shine, that guilt. Now I know somebody is watching. And after a few days, whenever I started drinking water, Ganga water, I felt the same thing. Somehow, I don't know how it happened. Simply the purity has happened in me. Now I know I can face Ganga honestly. Understand? If you really open up, even with your teddy bear, that's okay. Even with your teddy bear, nothing wrong. But you should have honesty to open up. You should have honesty to open up at least with something. If you open up in front of a milestone, or in front of a brick, in front of a stone, anything okay. In India, all milestones are gods. See, in those days, the milestones used to be painted with a yellow and red. People have started worshipping it. That's why now they changed the color. No, really. In India, anything you get, they will start worshipping. And that is true. You see, the culture which has dedicated itself for worship. Opening up and feeling connected. If you feel connected even with your teddy bear, there is a possibility. At least with somebody, you are honest. You are straight. When you feel connected to the great masters like Mahavira, when you sit in front of their murtis and feel connected and open up and maintain the honesty with them, suddenly you will see they are working on you. Their presence is working on you. Allowing the masters to work on you is the best way for enlightenment. Here, Mahavir is saying, being honest and speaking only the truth. And he is again telling, speaking such truth is very difficult indeed. It really needs intense awareness. You need to be alert. You need to be aware. One more thing. Unless you raise your very frequency in which you are staying, unless you raise the very consciousness in which you are staying, you can't be truthful. You can't be truthful. Because if you are living in the same mood, you will forget even many times that you are telling a lie. Only after telling a lie you will realize you are telling a lie, because you are habituated to tell lies. Even a simple thing for no reason, the moment you open your mouth, nothing but lies will come. Just try to record. One day whatever you speak, tell somebody else to record without your awareness. And next day sit and edit and tick and see how many lies you told. You will be shocked. There is no word which is truth. There is no word. For no reason. You are habituated. Even small things you plan. How to present to get maximum out of this situation. You do not tell what exactly happened. No. There is an automatic sensor system inside you. People ask me, the other day one professor asked me, university professor, Swamiji, every day you are talking hours together somewhere or other in the world. If you see the website, there won't be a single day gap. Somewhere or other, I am constantly talking. And he asked me, I don't see you use any hints. Here only sutra is there, no hints actually. Only the sutra and translation is there. He told me, Swamiji, I have to speak 1 hour means I need to prepare 3 hours. The same subject I am teaching for years. But every time I have to prepare 3 hours. And I know for sure you don't have time to prepare. Every day you are speaking. How you are speaking, Swamiji? And he told me another one thing. The moment I finish my lecture, 2 things happens to me. 1, tired. Second thing, repenting that I forgot this point. I should have presented in that way. Guilt. Tiredness and guilt is always the result after my lecture. And not only for him, it is for all speakers. Any public speaker, in the end, he will repent, I should have done this, I should have done that. And he will be tired. Not only the speaker, audience also. Usually. See one thing, If you have a clear idea about what you believe as you and what you talk about you, what you express as you and what you believe as you will attract that same kind of people around you, and you will live completely ease. See, one thing, there is no such thing as morality. If you have the wrong ideas about morality, only then you need to hide what you are and you need to project what you want, what people want you. You need to project yourself as society expects you to be if you have the wrong ideas about morality. The only one thing you need to understand is just be what you are. This is the ultimate morality. If you lose some friends because of that, perfectly alright, nothing wrong. It is better to lose your friends than yourself. If you present yourself as your friends want you to be, you will lose you. You are more valuable than your friends. Understand? One more important thing. If you start talking about you which is not you, by and by you will get confused who are you. No, really. See, whatever you speak continuously, you start believing that as a truth. That's a big difficulty. Really, take this as a simple spiritual practice and try to do. Just 10 days again and again tell everybody that you are a honest person, you are a person with the truth, you are a person with the truth. Just continuously, even if they are not ready to listen, you talk. Just say, after 10 days you will start really believing it. And another one difficulty is, whatever you start telling, you start believing, and what belief you had about you already, if that is same, then you fall in tune. This becomes a spiritual practice. But what you are believing is different, and what you are saying now, if it is different, then there is a conflict between you and you. Whether to create conflict between you and you or create easiness between you and you is in your hands. Constantly, if you say something, you start believing, and the difficulty is, if your unconscious is already believing something else, you have difficulty between, war starts between your conscious and unconscious. One more thing, person who is established in truth will not have dreams. All dreams is a fight between your conscious and unconscious mind. Whenever the frequency of your consciousness rises, you will come out of your dreams. Conscious mind is waiting to overcome the dream state, and the dream state is waiting to overcome the conscious state. Your life is nothing but the struggle between these two. The moment your conscious mind rests, dream state takes over. And the moment your dream state is exhausted with the material, your conscious mind takes over. Understand? It's like if the dream state is exhausted, if it doesn't have any more material, no fuel, then conscious state takes over. If the conscious state has no fuel, dream state takes over. If both of them has no fuel, then deep sleep state, the sushupti, comes up. Your whole life is a fight between these three. Whoever is strong, whoever has got more samskaras, they rule you, that's all. If you are suffering,